Assalamu alaikum. It is indeed a beautiful day. Welcome to Horizon Reports with me, Aisha Khan. There is no school equal to a decent home and no teacher equal to a virtuous parent, as quoted by Mahatma Gandhi. You must be asking yourself, why would a parent not take their child to school? Homeschooling is a concept in Kenya that most families have started adopting. Join me as I talk to parents who are practicing homeschooling.
My name is Hazel and I'm doing homeschooling. I've been doing it for 2 or 3 years. I'm 8, turning 9 July 23rd. I went to normal school, then I came and started homeschooling from class 1. I love homeschooling because you can wake up anytime, even 6, and start your work at that time, and then you finish maybe by 10, then you can go out and play. I wake up, I make my bed, I brush my teeth, I go to the kitchen, drink some water, come back and change, help my auntie prepare breakfast, and then we eat. And then if it's a school day, I take my books and give them to my mom, and then she marks my books and gives me work, so I start. And if I was going somewhere with her, she's told me that the other night, I asked her if I can go with her. Then she says yes. So I asked her if she can mark my work at night so that I wake up like 6 and do it. And then after I've done my work and I've finished all my subjects, then I can go with her.
My journey started when I was 14 years old. My dad used to give me the Young Nation, and from it I read a story of a young lady, a young girl who was 12, who was called Kenya, and she'd come to Kenya because she wanted to explore the country she was named after. What caught my eyes that she was homeschooled. At that point, I wasn't even allowed to go to town by myself because my parents considered me young. Yet there was this girl who'd left the States to Kenya by herself to come and explore a country that she was named after. That's the day I told my mother that I'm going to homeschool my children if she doesn't homeschool me.
All right, one of the main reasons I went into homeschooling was because I couldn't find a school which covers the Islamic aspects and then allows the child to be a child as well. There are like maybe non-Islamic schools that do that, but then they add music and all the stuff which I don't want my children to indulge in. So it was very much easier for me to homeschool because I choose how I want to teach my kids.
Uzuri wa mtoto kupata mafunzo nyumbani, ima kufundishwa na mzazi wake mwenyewe au mwalimu kutoka nje, ni kwamba kama mzazi ile malipo itapungua. Sasa hautakuwa ni mwenye kulipa tena ikiwa ni wewe mwenyewe unamfundisha mtoto wako, na ikiwa unalipa mwalimu kutoka nje, kadhalika ada haitakuwa kama vile utakavyolipa fees ya skuli kwa ukamilifu. Faida nyingine ni kwamba utaweza kummonitor mtoto au akapata enough supervision kama mzazi. Na ya tatu, utaweza kumpa ile environment yenye wewe unaona ni conducive environment kwa mtoto wako. Utaona kwamba yuko katika hali iliyo sawa, manake hajapoteza chochote kama vile alivyo nyumbani, na skuli bado kwake ni nyumbani.
Homeschooling was a bit of a journey for us. We had enrolled our child to a nanny for school, hoping that it would give her the experience, the practical experience, and also the book knowledge. But we found that in some places there was a disconnect. For example, math in this system was very excellent. It's the ACE system, excellent math. English is excellent. We began to have problems with the sciences. The sciences were a bit light.
Thanks to the one-on-one system that we have going, I'm able to pinpoint her strengths and her weaknesses. Then we can start working on the weaknesses a bit more, so that I find she's in grade 3, but now she's way ahead of the other grade 3 children, especially in subjects like math and even her English.
I have a timetable that I follow. It tells me from Monday to Friday which subjects I'll do. And like Fridays, I do music, social studies, much of the others, English, Kiswahili, and maths, and French on Thursdays, and computer.
The fact that I did an education degree and I went to teach for teaching practice, I was more convinced that homeschooling was the way to go for my children, even if I ever ended up teaching, I was sure I wasn't going to do classroom teaching after teaching practice.
One of the things is my kids can't see Allah. They can't touch Allah, but they know that Allah exists. This is one way, like a tangible way for them to feel, to touch the creation of Allah. And through that now you're telling them Allah created them. So they have a visual, they have a feel of what Allah has created. So there's sort of a connection. So we're building connections with Allah rather than just telling them Allah is there, is an entity that they have no connection to, they don't love.
Children learn differently. Some of them are visual. If you show them, they learn. Some of them are audio. If you talk to them, they'll hear and they learn. Others, if they don't do it, they cannot get it.
Even if we were to find a school right now, I really doubt we would take her to school just for the sake of taking her to school, because we've also seen the benefits that we've reaped from homeschooling her.
When it came to experiential stuff, like for example, why is a leaf green? Yeah, we began to find that there are gaps. Shortly after, we had to move away from the city. So that means the number of schools open to us was much leaner. So we decided, okay, let's try this homeschooling thing just for one term, then we'll take her back to regular school as soon as we sort out the schooling situation. And that's where when we actually picked up the curriculum and began to read it, is when we discovered, wait, it's not the teachers or the problems, that the curriculum does not look very much into going deep. And we thought the only way you can supplement that is if you take charge. Our experience with teachers is they're overworked, classes are too big, they have deadlines to meet, and the basic thinking is that if 75% of our class have got it, the other 25 will catch up. And you don't want your child to be the other 25%. Yeah.
Malezi yanza pale ndani ya nyumba. Kwa hivyo akishakuwa amemaliza maybe class 8 akipelekwa boarding school, high school, sasa inakuwa ni uzito kwake, kwa sababu hakuzoea kuamiliana na watu, hakuzoea kujitegemea. Pale ana mtu amedevelop codependency. Mzazi yuko pale, akitaka kitu atamuita auntie, yuko ndani ya nyumba atakipata.
When we got married, one of the things we were discussing was possibilities of homeschooling. He is a very open person, so he, being a sanguine, is as long as it sounds exciting, why don't we give it a try? When Hazel turned 4, because that's the year she started school, first of all, we refused to take her to school when she was 2.5, because that's the age when kids were going. We said the year she turns 4 is when she starts school. And we started her out in school because now we were scared and chickened and confused, because we didn't know anyone else who was homeschooling in our circle at the time. Therefore, the easiest thing was to take her to school, because we'd already endured a lot of pressure, because for 1.5 years she was at home. And so she went to school from baby class, 4 years, and we pulled her out when she was 6.
I don't like school because I'm beaten. It's like they're putting metal inside the pipe and then they beat you. Or the rulers, they beat your knuckles.
Tell me about this snapping turtles.
The coyote being bitten by one of these. And then
what do they do to you?
They can bite.
Oh my!
And tortoise don't bite because these are snapping turtles. Because they're dangerous. And the storms and the swim underwater. And then when someone tries to capture it, it bites you.
Oh no!
And some of them are big to open to rip apart a bag.
That's when we decided we've had enough. And because there were many other factors, like we started to notice that she was interested in dance and music, and her teacher could come over the weekend because weekdays she was too tired. Like, if this is going to be her line, why are we pushing her to do science, chemistry, which is important, but at this point she cannot even get it, so let's pull her out and she learns what she enjoys.
When you reach class 1, you can't go out for break. You you have to stay in class, do your work. That's why there are more subjects. In pre-unit, less. Maybe kindergarten, they are lesser. And in baby class, they're just playing and maybe doing like 1+1 and shapes. Yeah, that's what I do.
First of all, it's what motivates you. Why do you want to do this? How long do you think you can do this? Because things may change along the way. But our motivation was we wanted our children to be able to learn at their own pace and to learn whatever it is that will be relevant to their life, as much as they also are aware of what's going on around the world, which the education system at the time was not giving us. So for instance, music, home science, art and craft, those things were pulled out of school. And we believe that if children don't start learning these things early enough, then it's harder to introduce it when they are older. And what if that's their profession? What if that's their career? So we just wanted to get everything, to give everything to them.
I remember like when she was in school, before we started her on the ACE curriculum, she did her kindergarten and her, I think, nursery 1. She actually did that in an 844 school. And one of the chief complaints was that, you know, she's not really listening in class. She's not willing to exert herself, and she doesn't know how to write. She's going to fail her exams. And this is a child who's basically 3 years.
When I want to do these subjects, sometimes I have to ask mom, then she says no, then I'm sad. So that's kind of hard for me.
We are using the 844 system as our core curriculum. However, we are enhancing it with different curriculums from around the world, what we can gain access to, as well as the practical aspect of it. So being that 844 is our main, then we are following the main subjects that are there for 844. And then we add music, home science, agriculture. If we get an opportunity to have to learn about growing, how things grow, we add that into it as well. But because she's also young, we have the time to keep introducing these things. So a day in her life is wake up, make her bed, brush her teeth, sometimes prepare breakfast. After breakfast, we sit down to start our schoolwork, where she'll give me her books according to the timetable. I'll either mark and assign her work for the day, and then she starts to do her job because she's learning to self-instruct. And when she's doing her work, then I'm also doing my work.
So one of the best things about homeschooling is we get the fear out of the kids. Fear limits people. So this is showing them that, okay, yeah, there are animals who are poisonous and dangerous, but there are some that we can hold and touch, so they know the difference. And so I allow them to hold the ones that are not dangerous. So this is a python. It's not venomous, it's not poisonous, and it's usually a constrictor. But because it's raised in captivity, it doesn't constrict. So it's like the best way to teach a child, because fear is just going to keep them back from experiencing such things.
Homeschooling may not be for everyone. It is not easy, because as opposed to being a teacher where your bond with the children is not rigid, when you're a homeschooler, this is your own child. So if they decide to be bratty, then yeah, you might have a problem disconnecting the teacher from the parent.
Ikiwa ni mzazi mwenyewe anamfundisha mtoto wake nyumbani, ni kwamba yule mtoto haoni tofauti ya huyu ni mzazi na huyu ni mwalimu. Hapo nitatumia mfano wangu mimi mwenyewe kama ustadha. Watoto wangu madrasa, kuna wakati mwingine yeye uchukulia ninaposema jambo ni mama amesema, sio ustadha amesema. Kwa mathalan, kuna vitu ambavyo kwamba naweza kuagiza watoto waje nazo, lakini yeye ndani ya nyumba hatafikisha ujumbe kwa babake, wala hatonikumbusha tena. Kwake yeye anaona mama anajua alisema anataka nini, na basi hivyo ishapita.
Homeschooling is very adaptable. We can actually do our lessons wherever we are. If we can do science as we are driving in the car, we can do art and craft if we sit at a hotel or at a restaurant. We can do math if we are staring at numbers on a newspaper.
she just doesn't take what I tell her to do, like, okay, because mommy said so. She'll ask questions. We engage even when we're having our own discussions in class. And then the things that may be difficult for her, we're able to pinpoint them earlier on, and also look for other creative ways of teaching.
Ikiwa mimi nilisoma na tabu, sasa nina pesa, sasa nina kazi, nasema watoto wangu hawatapitia ile njia mimi nilipitia. I'll give them the best. Do you think that is the best according to you? Kwa hivyo ikiwa according to you that is the best, kwa huyu mtoto yeye anachukulia ni vipi kwake yeye?
This is Stedmark Gardens and I am holding a python round my neck. It is my first time, but with the help of experienced staff here, I am totally impressed, and this is an experience and a half.